Let's talk about maintainable code. But first, I'm Jan. I'm full stack developer, already working at Docplanner for like 3 years, and I love Vue so much. And actually, we all love Vue in Docplanner. We're currently migrating our old code to Vue, and we're the largest Doctor marketplace in the world. So, what do we maintain with Vue? We maintain components, store, plugins, data, or rather the data connection between components, store, and etc. But in this talk, I will only concentrate on some tips about components and store. So let's start with components. How do we build reusable components? That's the keyword, reusable. And everyone wants to build them from scratch. But don't abstract at first, because you don't know what to abstract. This is what Eric Elliott recently tweeted about, that you shouldn't abstract too early because it will not work. So first implement. Let's take pagination and articles. So fancy, right? So we have simple component, some list of articles. We have like 100. We want to just get 10, and we want to show these fancy links in the bottom. But what if we need to customize? Yeah, that's product owners and their needs. First of all, we can just use props. That's easy, but it's not that flexible. So next step is using slots. Then scope slots, also pure JS functions and services. But we will start with slots. Slots are good for different views and different behavior because we don't have really a way to not re-implement it and to abstract it. Also, the only way to pass some events is actually from slot, not even that possible because it's hard to push some events. You can only like from the bottom components. So it would look with slot like this. We need something on top. We need something in the middle, in the bottom. But what if we need to display a list of posts? This is not going to work. This is only for articles, right? So we need to abstract more. And right now we are abstracting the behavior, the whole pagination itself. And this is what scope slots are used in Vue. And we can have different views, some abstracted behavior, partial at least. And we only pass information to the parent via these events and scope slot itself because it's a function underneath. So it looks like this. We have implemented on the right the template for the scope slot component, and then we have like concrete implementation of it. But what if we don't want to show these fancy links at the bottom, or we want to show them like with next and previous buttons? Then renderless components come to the rescue because they only have behavior. They don't have template, huge flexibility comes with it, and they are just like functions, but all the Vue's goodies, like props, computed properties, watchers, etc. So this would look like this. You have only some render function, things that you pass to it, and then you use it. You don't want the pagination? Don't add it. You can only render the list, and you can deal with any use cases. Then you should improve, refactor, add features, etc. But avoid mixins. They are evil, really. They are like two planes colliding. Really. Okay, so next let's talk more about a convention like we use it in the store. And this is the thing that you need to pick a convention in your applications to follow, especially when you have a big team. Our convention at Docplanner is that in Vuex modules, state is treated as private. And this is like blessed rule, you don't break it. We use constants for modules, getters, motivations, actions, and we use Vuex mapping helpers as a contract between component and the store. We don't never use $store in our components. So the convention that we picked is like the type, then module name, and the name of the action that we want to make. With dynamic getters, we only prefix it with verb. So here you have some examples of it. Why do we prefix it with verb? because we need to know that this is dynamic. And that's actually everything. One final note is keep it simple. Whatever you build, and you will be fine. Thank you.